A completely vacant unit
They can visualize the space, they can see this potential.
with odd angles and decades-old designs.
Like I can see the tiles are all the old school tiles.
Turning this unit into a modern dream home on a super tight timeline will be a major challenge.
They will need to sell this place actually ASAP.
Can we race against time to turn this listing into a done deal?
What does it take to sell a home? How do you wow potential buyers and seal the deal? Today, we're going to be starting from scratch and show you how we're going to turn a vacant apartment into a desirable dream home. Don't you just love a challenge?
This week, we're headed to Bukit Batok, a neighborhood tucked within the western region of Singapore. Once a quarrying village, it is now a residential estate ideal for those looking to take refuge from the hustle and bustle of the city. Besides the usual amenities, this unit is also a short walk away from Bukit Batok Nature Park, a perfect getaway for nature lovers.
Today we are here at District 2, Tanjong Pagar.
We're meeting a seasoned agent who thrives on challenges and loves making every property shine. With a background in marketing, she's adept at understanding the mind of a buyer.
Hi, I'm Kit. I've been an agent for 16 years. I become an agent because I love to view houses, I love to see all the different layouts, and I love new challenges every day.
So, Kate, how long has this unit been vacant?
About a month,
About a month already. No buyers so far?
no buyers.
I see. So you need help to sell this unit then?
Yes.
Shall we take a look?
Sure.
Okay.
This week's property is a HDB unit located in Bukit Batok East. Completed in 1985, it has a lease balance of 61 years.
So this is the unit.
Oh,
Let me
this is
open
one.
the doors.
Okay. Oh, interesting. It's really empty. So why is this house vacant again?
Because the owner's late mum has passed on, so it's an inheritance case and they cannot keep this HDB.
I see.
So she has to sell.
This inherited property is a 3-room unit that's 743 square feet in size. With minor renovation works done over 10 years ago, the house retains its original charm and quaint old-school look.
It's really spacious though. Like the kitchen is huge.
It's actually bigger than the usual 3-room.
Yeah, the tiles are also very old school.
Yes, they are indeed very, very beautiful, fantastic marble flooring.
Yeah, the shape of this living room is also a bit different, a bit angular.
Correct. It's a lot of different angles here and there.
Ah, this is interesting. This looks like a half-open kitchen concept.
Yes, very unique concept. Allows lights to come through to the living room.
That's true, that's true, that's true. And I can see some very interesting angles over here. Shall we take a look?
Sure.
Yeah. Got this triangular shape.
Yes, yes.
And then I can see one more over there. Wow.
A lot of creative corners.
Creative corners, I like how you put it.
So having empty unit, a vacant unit, it also buyers can see all the odd layouts, all the odd angles clearly, and that's why buyers are not very keen to go ahead with this unit.
This space over here, this is, I don't know what this space is supposed to do. I guess you can fit a
Small washing machine.
Yeah, right? Yes, a small washing machine, right? So which one is the master bedroom?
This one.
After you.
Thank you.
Ah. Quite a nice space we have here.
Yes, it's very spacious and it's rectangular in size.
Right, right. And I guess we can fit a king-size bed here comfortably then.
Definitely. And even 2 nightstands at the side. The biggest appeal of this property is the size. It's 743 square feet. So it's one of the bigger 3-room flats in the market. Fauzi, this is the second common room.
Oh, okay. I guess this looks similar to the other room.
Yes, it has a longish layout, rectangular shape.
Right, right. I was thinking like, if we don't use this room as a bedroom, you can probably convert it into a study room.
Study room, yes. There's actually 3 big panels of windows. When you open up, it's actually very bright.
Right, right. Cool, cool. Okay, Kate, we've taken a good look at this space over here. It's different,
Yes.
unique.
Unique, yes.
The units around this area, how much are they going for?
They are going for around 350 to 360.
350 and 360. Right. So we are going for?
400.
That's the aim, 400?
Yes.
400K.
Ever since I took on this listing, it has been about a month. We do have quite a few viewings, but there wasn't any ready offers yet.
But I think we can definitely help with that. Yeah.
And also the owners are urgent because it's an inheritance case right now. We are only left with like maybe another 2 or 3 months to sell this place.
All right, so that means we need to work fast, work quick. All right, Ken, I'll get my guy in ASAP, and then we can start work ASAP.
Correct.
Is that good?
Sounds good.
All right.
Yes.
Hi, I'm Arjan. I'm an interior designer for about 25 years.
Having worked on luxury homes and high-end hotels, this interior designer has certainly got an eye for elevating the ordinary. He's traveled all around the world and loves incorporating unique elements from different countries and cultures.
Often we work on larger condos or landed homes, but actually deep down my passion is renovating HDBs. So I love making a big transformation. HDBs have such great potential to really be transformed, especially the older ones.
Arjan, we've got a blank canvas for you to work on.
Fantastic!
Yay! More to play with.
Yes.
Okay, what do you think of this space so far?
Interesting color combination.
Okay.
I like the flooring. It just kind of gives a nice nostalgic feel. There's a lot of opportunity to work with the space. The bones are okay. I love the terrazzo flooring, for instance. I think that's still something that is very on trend at the moment. The flow of the apartment is actually quite good. I think if you style it properly, I think it has a lot of potential to move very fast. So, Kit, maybe you can tell me a little bit more about who is your intended buyer.
I was looking for young couples, maybe singles.
Any feedback that you got from viewings?
My buyers actually felt that they do not know how to visualize the space. They do not know how to put their items because of the weird corners, the weird edges. And they do not know how to make this place look modern.
With apartments that are built in the 80s, they always like to have odd angles, like slanted walls, etc. So that sometimes throws people off a little bit when they need to visualize the space. Actually, the house is not so odd shaped. The living room is nicely rectangular. I think once we place the furniture in and keep it a bit more regular in shape, you kind of don't notice that one wall is kind of slanted. I think challenges that we face at the moment are, but what you face now is like 4 doors in one space. And I think that will look very cluttered, especially because the doors are pretty heavy with the wood. The other thing is like the color choices. I think with the green on the wall, so it actually makes the floor look a bit old and dirty. So by changing the colors, I think the floor will be a lot more contemporary.
Okay, clearly Arjan knows what he wants to do. The man has come with a plan.
Yes.
But just something that I need to tell you, Arjan. Now we need to actually get this done as quickly as possible.
So, Kate, how fast is fast?
My owners need me to sell this place ASAP. So I do need you to help to stage up this place so I can list it and get it sold immediately.
No problem. I think we can do it pretty fast on the staging, so you should be all set.
Okay, great.
Man with a plan.
Let's go. An empty, oddly shaped 3-room HDB isn't going to make for the most appealing listing. And with the clock ticking for the homeowners to sell this home ASAP, we definitely have our work cut out for us.
Property agent Kit is helping her client sell their inherited property. But the unique layout and dated look is stopping her from closing a good deal in good time.
It's an older flat, so the layout is a bit different from the standard 3-room HDB. But if we stage it right, I'm sure we can turn it into a unique selling point. And that's why we have Arjan, the man with the master plan. Arjan,
Yes.
can you please show us your unique drawings and what you have in mind for the house?
Okay, so as always, we start off with an inspiration.
Okay.
The concept is to work with what we have, not against it. We're going with a mid-century modern look. I think it works very well with the existing terrazzo that's in place, but also the age of the flat itself. It's quite an easy aesthetic, and it appeals to multiple generations. So my inspiration is Vesterbro, which is a district in Copenhagen.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like a funky town, has a lot of color, and it has that kind of like Scandi mid-century undertone. Then, as a color palette, I want to work on the contrast of colors. So lighter walls, darker furniture. So I want to play on a bit of a moody feel, but also keep it fresh and contemporary.
I feel Arjan's design plan is very interesting. He has a lot of interesting colors, interesting concept, ideas.
So this is our floor plan. As you can see, it's quite an irregular layout. The idea is to give each room like a regular shape. So for the living room, the furniture floats around a rectangular area rug. Sofa sits in the middle of the room. If you're putting an area rug in the center, it will just accentuate that squareness that I'm trying to achieve. So behind the sofa, I'm placing a cabinet that can function as a shoe cabinet. If we square off the living room space, we leave with a triangle where actually all the traffic will be. I always like to create different zones in the space, so it helps to read the room a little bit better. So for the kitchen space, I want to introduce wainscoting at the back wall. So wainscoting is kind of like a wall paneling. I want to separate the kitchen and the dining area visually by adding the wainscoting on the walls, so that that portion of the kitchen gets a bit of a softer aesthetic.
I'm looking forward to see what is wainscoting, and he uses wooden panels. So I want to see the contrast of the wooden panels with the white clinical tiles and all that. It's a very interesting combination, and the drawings are actually fantastic.
Now that Arjan's exciting plans are all in place, it's time to get down to action. Starting from the kitchen. The wainscoting is a key feature of Arjan's vision for the kitchen. So he's here today to do a mock-up and test different designs to see what will work best for the mid-century modern look he has in mind.
Wainscoting has been around for many hundreds of years, originated actually in Europe. They use it in castles and in homes to protect the walls from furniture banging. But it's always a nice way to add extra character to a place. Looks nice. Maybe we try some beading, maybe on the inside and on the top. Okay, can. So today we are experimenting with the wainscoting to see if I want to add some beading, how much detail do I want to put on, what are the proportions. I think we just want to make it look right for the space and also right for the overall styling for the place. I find this a bit busy. I think this is a little bit more modern. So I think we should go with less trim. So after installing the beadings, I just thought that it was too heavy on the panels itself. It's nicer to keep it clean-lined and modern. It is more in line with that Scandinavian aesthetic, that mid-century look that we're going for. So let's go with the clean line.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Welcome.
Starting from ground zero with an entirely vacant home means we need to create purpose in each space. With this staging, Arjan is going to show potential buyers how each room can be maximized to its full potential. It's no small task indeed, but Arjan is a man with a plan, and I'm going to check out just how that plan is unfolding.
Welcome.
I can see what you're doing with this place. Nice.
It's coming together. But actually, we're doing work in the kitchen at the moment.
Okay.
So maybe we want to have a look.
Okay.
Come.
Besides providing furniture that will fit Arjan's mid-century modern design for the house, the home staging team Arjan is working with specializes in artificial plants and greenery. Wall art does not need to be flat. Experiment with plants for a more interesting look.
Hey, Barry.
Hey, Ozzy. Hi. Hi, how are you?
So what's happening now?
Okay, now we are doing up a wooden frame green wall.
Okay.
We use a wooden frame, some wooden elements so that we can match the furniture. We did 2 designs.
Okay.
So that maybe you guys can help me to choose. Okay, this is the first design.
Let's go to the judge, Simon Cowell. So what do you think about this?
It's nice. Let's see the other one as well.
Sure.
Okay. All right. Paula Abdul, what do you think?
I like the branch, how this looks a little bit more like a painting.
Good job, Barry. You're our green wall expert, hands down.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for the good job. So what's next, Arjan?
We're installing the wainscoting today.
Okay.
So we're starting here and we're taking an L shape up to where we cut the tiles.
All the way there.
Yep.
To demarcate the dining area from the rest of the kitchen, we are installing wainscoting on top of the existing kitchen tiles.
Let me get a closer look.
Okay.
I think it looks pretty good.
Right.
I think we just need to seal off the top. Another piece of paint, a layer of paint. And then we are good to go.
Right.
With the green wall and kitchen wainscoting sorted, next up, tackling the door dilemma that's been bugging Arjan.
So we're basically concealing the door, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there are so many doors, so I want this to be a bit more flat.
Mount a panel over an unused door for a seamless, almost invisible look. Top it off with some artwork, and ta-da! You've got yourself a gallery wall. And now, Arjan has another trick up his sleeve to add a final touch. He is also roping me in to swap the blinds for curtains, which helps to boost the room's height.
I want more vertical lines in the space, so it makes the place look taller. So the moment we hang curtains all the way to the floor, it just draws your eyes up and gives the illusion of a higher ceiling.
We're done.
Yes.
Nice.
Looking pretty good.
Yes. Good job. From blank and dated to stylish and chic, will buyers be able to resist this mid-modern century charm that Arjan has created for this home? Find out after the break.
This vacant 3-room HDB unit has been sitting empty in the market for a while, waiting for new owners to breathe new life into it. Our goal for this staging? Turn it into a space where buyers can picture themselves staying in a heartbeat.
We started with practically nothing and even less time, but now we have a gorgeous home ready for viewings and hopefully a quick sale. But before we open the house to potential buyers, let's see what Kit thinks of this new mid-modern century HDB. Kit!
Hello!
Here you go!
Wow! Is this a unit?
Yes, come in, come in.
Oh, this is so nice! Oh, totally different.
Previously, the living room stood empty, showcasing its slanted walls and awkward angles prominently. But with the living room cleverly divided into 2 sections, a rectangular sitting area and a triangular circulation space, Arjan has resolved the issue of awkwardly angled walls. With the doors painted white and the storeroom door neatly hidden behind a panel, the entire living room wall looks a lot more seamless as well.
Our entrance area, what we did is we placed a shoe cabinet here, so the room itself, you don't have that odd shape, especially with this visual divider between the space. We blocked out the door here, so it's not as busy. It just reads more like a
Did
wall.
you notice that?
No.
No, right? Now you notice that there's no more.
Because of the tight timeline that I have, I am actually very panicking and was worried that I couldn't sell this place in time. So Arjan came in and he brightened up the whole space. He actually gave this space life.
All right, come into the new study room.
There you go.
So interesting.
So yes, no longer a bedroom, now it's a study room.
Transformed. Yes.
Yeah.
The common room has been transformed into a swanky, stylish study, complete with a cozy reading nook, a sizable bookshelf with plenty of space for personal displays, and a study table.
So to make the room look bigger, what we did is we placed the desk in the middle of the room, put like a dramatic light above it, so it kind of like lights out. Then bookshelves at the back with its own individual light, so it creates different pools of light in the room itself. So the layering effect actually gives a lot more depth into this room.
I think what makes it amazing is I think not many people would imagine or just put a study table right smack in the middle of a room. Why that decision?
I think actually to make the room look bigger, don't be afraid to put furniture in the middle of the room. Also, if you would be working here, it's a lot nicer to sit in the middle of the room. It feels a lot more open. You have a nice view versus if you'd be parked against the wall.
Wow!
Master bedroom, yes. Oh, someone likes the bed?
Yes.
By introducing velvety bedding, plush pillows, and elegant accent pieces like an armchair and mirror, Arjan has infused a sense of luxurious comfort in the master bedroom.
So what we did to this space is, obviously we kept it a lot more cozy. So the lighting, what we did is change the temperature so it's a bit more warm, gives a more luxe feel. So the ceilings in this unit is pretty low. So what we did is we painted the walls and the ceiling in the same color. So it kind of like blends together and gives the illusion that the ceilings are a lot taller.
Indeed, it's actually much taller right now.
Yes, it feels higher also because we accentuate that with the vertical lines of the curtains. That kind of draws the eye up as well.
Wow.
So what surprised me is that once we painted all the walls, is that the door nicely blended in.
The doors? You painted the doors?
No, it's the original door.
Wow! This is blended so nice.
Besides creating purpose in each room, Arjan has also added a touch of snazziness with artwork on the walls, even in transitional areas like this walkway to the kitchen.
So normally it will place it on eye level, 1.6, but then it will push everything much higher. So by placing everything lower, it actually gives the illusion of a lot more height.
Yes, learned something today.
Yes. So you're like a
Bag of tricks.
bag of tricks. Wow.
Yes.
What else do you have up your sleeve, Mr. Magician?
Let's go and have a look.
Go.
So, okay, to free up the space in the living room, what we did is we placed the dining into the kitchen. And to differentiate the spaces between the kitchen area, what we did is we installed wainscoting on the walls.
Yep.
Wow.
It's kind of like a soft wood paneling touch, gives a bit of a cozy feel, and demarks the dining space.
Indeed.
And of course, for the kitchen itself, what we did is we painted the tiles.
The kitchen was previously all bare and sterile, but Arjan has carved out a cozy dining area by introducing more textures into the space, including the wainscoting and a green feature right above the dining table.
You cannot see this piece of art here right smack in the dining area, right?
The piece de résistance.
Wow.
Yes. So it brings a lot of color, a lot of texture into the place. It's kind of nice how it kind of has a lot of different movements on plants that they use.
Indeed. It's really unusual. Green plant art wall?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if you
it's
don't have
really
enough
very nice.
greens for the day when you're having your meals, you can just pluck out one.
Oh,
Home garden.
herbs wall.
Yes, herbs wall.
My favorite place is really like the kitchen because of the wainscoting. It makes it so cozy, that little nice cafe area, and how he painted the ugly clinical tiles to a different color. It has a very soft feel right now.
Kid's first reaction was fantastic. She was like so excited, and it seems almost like overwhelmed.
You would not expect to find a unit like this right in Bukit Batu, because Bukit Batu is a mature estate. When you walk in, you see something that's so modern, so nice. It's something very surprising and very refreshing to the eyes.
Kit is definitely impressed with this new look, but will buyers be on board as well? Kit has arranged for an open house to see what buyers will make of it.
We do need to sell this unit as soon as possible. So buyers should be impressed once they come in. They should be wowed by everything that they've seen.
Mr. and Mrs. Song, hi, you've seen the house. You like it?
Very.
Really?
Yes,
really?
yes.
So what do you think of the house?
We had little expectation
Okay.
because this is a 3-room flat,
Yeah.
right? But when I stepped in, I'm like, wow, wow.
Really? Really
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
Taken aback like that, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I didn't expect the place to be so tastefully furnished.
I love that it has a wow factor.
Yeah. That's the first thing I said when I saw the bedroom as well. It's like, wow, showroom feeling. Yeah, very luxe, very posh.
The space utilization is very good.
Right?
Yeah, and when you get into the master bedroom, everything is squarish.
Right.
So the space utilization will be pretty much ideal.
I am a fan of the kitchen and the dining area. I'm someone who loves to cook, and I think the layout of the kitchen is very efficient for me.
So are you comfortable with the asking price of 400K?
I think that price level is quite on par with what the market is asking. I think we will seriously consider.
I think 400K is a very, very fair price to ask for. So I think, yeah, this will be an easy decision.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, but it's exciting at the same time, right?
for sure.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. All the best.
This staging has actually helped me to wow my buyers on first sight, and I think this is very important because once they love this place, they will want to actually make it theirs.
From an entirely vacant unit to a charming abode with a touch of elegance, it's certainly been a huge transformation. Kit has also seen more inquiries and follow-ups from interested buyers.
So the good news is I have an offer coming in, and we are in the midst of negotiation, and I believe we should be able to seal this deal very soon.
Vacant houses can be a tough sell. Especially with irregular layouts, it's hard for buyers to see its true potential. But with the right design approach and staging, you can turn an unconventional blank canvas into a desirable dream home that sells in a flash. Mission accomplished.